beautiful good morning to you, our lovely viewers. Welcome to the Weekly Gospel with me, your host, Amazing Katamanda. Like we always do every time, we bring you different personalities that are doing the best, or they are putting in so much effort into preaching the gospel. It could be through music, through poets, or whatever medium that they are using. So if you want to be part and parcel of the show, the phone numbers are on your TV screen, so you could either call us or text us, or better yet, you can go on our Facebook page, Camnet TV, leave your comments there, and let's just get interactive. Share the live stream, guys. Share so that a lot of people can see it. And also, don't forget to like. Don't just comment. Like the page, follow us, so that we can grow the family. And of course, if you are an upcoming artist and you want to be featured on the show, make sure that you come through to our studios. And when you're coming, please come with a flash of your videos. We'll take a look at them. If they're good enough, you will stand yourself a chance to be here. But if there are things that you need to work on, we'll definitely advise you. We're Camnet TV, you know, we're not just another channel. So today I'm joined by a gentleman. I don't want to say his first name because he has like a stage name. You know, you artists, you ministers, the way you do. There's a stage name, then there's a name. I know his name, but I just want him to tell us his stage name, because maybe he prefers you people to know him or address him by his stage name, or the other way around. And you just never know, you just never know. And before I get to him, I just want to say Happy Women's Day once again to the women out there. And of course, not forgetting my director, Mrs. Mshota, up there. Happy Women's Day to you, aka the breastfeeding mother. She's a very happy soul, but anyway. On Wednesday, that's when Women's Day was, but we're still celebrating them. It's a Women's Month. That's what I can say. It's Women's Month. Yeah? But anyway, that's a story for another day. If you want to reach somebody, please feel free to call the numbers that are on your TV screens. But for now, let's just get to know who gift. I've said his name. I said I wasn't going to say his name. But anyway, let's just get to know who this gentleman is. You're welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you, so let's get to know you now.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So let's get to know you now.
Okay, so my stage names are DJ Music.
DJ Music.
DG Music.
DG.
So those are like, yes, DG are
Music.
just the initials of my name.
The initials.
So my name is, name that I use is Gift.
Yes.
But my father named me Gift. My mother called me Divine.
Okay.
So I got both names, just put it. So it's Divine Gift, but just DG Music.
Oh, okay. Nice. Interesting. So, how has the journey so far been? When did you start?
When I started my music? Well, I've been singing for a long time. Like from an early age of about 8 years.
8 years?
I grew up in the church singing.
Do I remember what I used to do when I was 8?
You do?
Of course I do.
Really
but anyway, it's not about me, it's about you. So you started singing when you were 8. You grew up in the church. My mother
started me off on that. I've been singing in the church for...
Does your mother sing?
Yes.
Oh, that explains it. Okay.
So I grew up in the church. I've been singing all my life in the church, leading praise and worship in the church. But I released my first single in 2019. In
2019, that's when you released your first single?
I released a single called 100% OG. Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I started.
Awesome. You have mentioned something about you growing up in a church. I also grew up in a Christian home. I grew up in church. But you know, as a teenager, I somehow, you know, just like strayed away and just started experiencing other things, doing other things. Did you also experience such things? Or you've always been a church boy, church guy, church man?
I was a church boy and then a church man, but all throughout I was messing up also. I have grown up in the church, but I've experienced what every kid grows up experiencing. You want to explore certain things, you're curious, so you want to know certain things, you know, but yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
So there was never a time you like maybe tried even singing secular songs, hang out with people that are in the secular world?
My first experience was in the studio. I was surrounded by a secular artist. But I knew for a fact that I wanted to do gospel music.
Oh, okay. So for that one,
I couldn't see myself doing secular music, but I received a lot of offers and a lot of advice from people saying, do you know how much money you can make if you're doing secular music? So I have been there, but my heart has always stayed on gospel.
Yeah. Okay. But how did you manage to just like be disciplined and stay focused? Because you know when you're a young person, you're not that old, you're young.
Yeah,
it's kind of difficult to just stick to one thing. especially where money is involved.
True.
People will tell you, try this, you will make a lot of money, but then you just told yourself, like, this is what I want to do, I want to sing for God, and I'll stick to gospel music. So how did you discipline yourself? How did you stay focused?
Well, for me, I remember the time when I was working on my music, the time I wanted to release my music first. So my background is, I was a praise and worship leader in church. I am a praise and worship leader in church. My home church is Liberty Christian Center, so I am one of the worship leaders in church. But when it came to writing my own music, I wanted to write music that transcends the walls of the church. So I do gospel music, but it's contemporary. It's life and the gospel mixed together. What helped me remain disciplined was I knew that a lot of people could sing, but I wanted to know what my purpose for my voice was. And when I discovered it's basically talking about life and God, when I knew that, I knew what my path was, and so that helped me just stay glued to what I wanted to do, what I saw myself doing, and not just stray away to what everyone else wanted me to do.
Interesting. You've talked about writing music that just breaks the walls of the church, or that just go beyond the walls of the church. Has the church welcomed the type of music that you do? Or maybe they're a bit skeptical because, with church, not all the churches though, but there are just some churches, the only genre that they would like listen to is just praise. It's not praise. Worship. Then the other, and rumba, they do welcome it. Then the rest is just like, no. So for you, what experience do you have with the church?
Well, luckily for me, I grew up in the church that's really accommodating. My home church is huge on gifts and talents. So they are accommodating, but at the same time, the journey that I've decided to take in terms of my music is not very common. So they're still learning where do we place this guy? It's not that big in my church, but I see it even in other churches. When you say a gospel artist, they imagine you're singing only praise and worship songs.
The hallelujah, the wamshilo,
Because if you've heard, like I said, my first single was a song called 100% OG. OG meaning original. So I wrote a song based on my own experiences. Growing up, like I said, being influenced by your peers, then coming back to who you are, and I realized that I'm only at my best when I'm only simply being true to who I am. I need to learn to keep it original. So those were lessons I was learning, but I was learning, God was teaching me these lessons, and I put them in a song. Okay? So when I put it out there, people were shocked because it's not what I'm doing in church, it's not the type of music I am singing in church. It's impactful music, but it's not exactly what is sung in the church. But from the time I started to where I am now, I feel like people have really understood what I'm about as an artist in the church, and they've been supportive, I think.
Okay. So before we become who we want to become, we always have people that we look up to, people that we call role models, people that just influence the kind of person that we are hoping to become. So for you, which artists were you listening the time that you were growing up that have played like a huge role in shaping who you are today? Whether that person knows or they don't know, who are those people?
Well, growing up I used to listen to a lot of artists. There was an artist I was hooked on an artist called Dietrich Haddon for a long time. And then the one person that really shaped where I feel like I resonated well with was an artist called Mali Music.
Mali Music.
It's from the United States. You don't know who Mali Music is?
Well, we're not talking about me here. Let's turn the tables.
But I think you know the other person is Jonathan McReynolds.
Okay.
So it's Mali Music, Jonathan McReynolds. Do you know Jonathan? You said, okay. I don't think you know.
I said let's not turn the tables here. Today it's about you and not me. If you want to know all that, we can have a chat after the show. But is that okay?
I'm gonna make you listen to some songs. So there was that, and then in Zambia, the people that really liberated me to write and feel like maybe what I'm feeling is right. It's not wrong. Pompi, Ebo Chungu,
I thought so.
When I heard them, it's like they both feel and see things the way I see them. So those are like people who really inspired me to say, I think I'm in the right track.
Okay. You have mentioned something about, you know, being writing things that resonate with the kind of person that you are. So I want to know, when you're writing your songs, what comes first to your mind? Do you write songs that you feel like a lot of people resonate to, or a lot of people gravitate to, or maybe it's just about, you know, you've seen a situation and you feel like, I can write about this, or what just goes on? Like, what's your creative process like?
For me, it goes both ways, but mostly the songs I've done have been from my personal experiences.
Okay.
But some of the songs that I've written now are from what I've seen people go through, their stories, inspired by those stories, and put them. So it's both ways.
Okay.
Mostly it's my experiences and what I'm learning as I'm growing up in this journey called life, and also what I see people are going through. One time, was a long time ago, I think this was the first time Ebo Chungu received an award in Zambia. And in his speech he said, a good artist writes music that people want to hear, but a great artist writes music that people need to hear. I heard it from, I also heard a similar statement some time back. But when I heard that, for me, that has stayed with me for a long time. So I write music that I feel like there are lessons that I feel we as a people need to learn. So I put them in songs when I see a story, when I hear a story about someone's life, or when I go through something. I write music based on those things.
Interesting. So to the viewers, if you're just joining us, this is the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing Katamanda. We are always on the TV screens every Saturdays at 10:45, and we get to profile different kinds of personalities from different walks of life, as long as they are putting in efforts in preaching the gospel. Because, you know, on this show it's about Jesus vibes. We keep it real, and we love to preach the gospel, because we know that the only thing that pleases God the most is introducing people to Him.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what we're all about. If you want to be featured on the show, you can come through to our studios. Please come with a flash of your videos, and then we'll look at the videos. If they're good enough, you'll be on the show. If you need to work on some things, we'll definitely advise you. And of course, for those that would want to see anybody, whether established or an upcoming artist, you want to see them here, request for their names, go on our Facebook page and then inbox us the names of those people that you'd want to see on the show, and then we'll definitely bring them here. We are all about making your dreams come true. That's what we do best on the show. So leave your comments on our Facebook page. We are live, or you can text us using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or give us a call, because we are live right now. And for those that would love to watch the repeats of the show, it always comes on Mondays at 10:45. But for now, I'm joined by, okay, I just want to call him Gift. All those AKAs in the lives and all. Well, I don't know. But yes, Gift. I don't know, I just love the name Gift. Maybe it's because of the meaning or something. I honestly don't know. But he's the artist that I'm having today, or the minister that I'm having today. So if you want to ask him anything, please feel free by calling the numbers that are on your TV screens, or texting us, or better yet, go on our Facebook page and then leave your comments there. Ask him all those queries that are burning in your heart, and then he'll definitely give you those answers. So now, you have been in the industry for quite some time. Can you say it's been like a good, smooth journey, or it's been rough? There were times when you just felt like, you know what, maybe I'm just in the wrong field. I shouldn't have started this in the first place. Are there times when you get to feel like that?
Plenty of times. Plenty of times. There was actually a time I actually said, you know what, I'm going to give up on this. Yeah, there was, yo, it can be rough sometimes.
I get you.
It can be rough sometimes. Sometimes you wake up and you feel like, yo, this is it, you know? And then the next thing you know, things are just slowing down. There was a time in 2018, I did a competition where I presented Zambia and South Africa. It was a period after I won the competition, I came back into the...
We do have a caller. Okay. Maybe just for the thought. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. I think we lost that caller, but please, if you can call us back, use the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can go on our Facebook page, leave your comments there, and we'll be more than glad to hear from you. And please don't forget to indicate where you are texting us from or where you're calling us from. And please, when you call, make sure that you turn down the volume on your TV set so that we get your comments loud and clear. You were explaining something.
Yeah, so the time I came back from that competition,
You won?
I won.
In South Africa?
Yes, I was competing against, was Nigeria, Madagascar, South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland. Yeah. So when I came back from that competition, my video of this performance I did in the grand finale went a bit live, you know. So, but then I received some, you know, like there was a lot of traction and attention. People like so it felt like maybe this is it. This could be the wave that I need to ride to. And then the next thing you know, it's quiet. And then people ask, "Where's the album? Where's the album?" And at that time, I wasn't in a position to release like an album. So it can be depressing because of people's expectations and the resources that you have. It's been quite. That's been one of the challenges I've experienced. But also, those have been the lessons that have kept me going. So what I know now, I wish I knew then, but I needed to feel that way to be where I am at right now. And I'm still learning, but the journey has been good and it's been rough. But all in all, I believe it's for a reason. So yeah.
We always either have a person or people or just a scripture that helps you, you know, navigate through life's challenges. For you, do you have a person that you can say holds your hand all the time to say, you know what, we can do this even when you feel like you can't go on? They are just here to hold your hand. It could be your mother, it could be your sibling, it could be a friend, or maybe there's just one scripture that, you know, keeps you going.
For me, so like I said, my mother started me off in singing. I remember one time when I was in grade 7, she got like my math book. Man, my father is huge in education. My father is go to school, get an education. My mother is go to school, but make sure you're doing things, like make sure you just keep
do what
busy.
you love.
So my father is really supportive also of my music. So the people that have really held me down is my parents. And scripture in Acts 17 that says, "In Him we live and move and have our being." I'm always reminded that every aspect of my life God wants to be involved in. But from when I go back to my childhood, I remember how my mother helped me stay grounded in the gift that God has given me. She wrote one time in grade 7 in my book, she said, "Your gift will take you in the presence of kings and queens." So whatever happens in life, stick with this. If you're not sure about anything else, be sure about the gift that God has given you. So that has always stuck with me, and up to now, this is one of the things that always
keeps you going. It keeps you going. Oh, can you say your mommy's boy? Because it's almost like you love your mom so much.
What do people mean when they say mommy's boy?
Story for another day.
For the record, I am not a mommy's boy. Okay.
You are not daddy's boy. You are just a human being.
Man, but there's nothing you can do.
It's just a metaphor. It's not like
I can be everything out there, but when I'm with my parents, I'm still their boy. So
yes. You see?
You can do about
okay.
Yeah.
Now you agree. Your mommy's boy, your daddy's boy.
To some level, I agree. I don't completely agree.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, people have heard you talk, but they'll just want to see what you have done. Okay. So that is the camera. Please introduce the first video that you have done to the people so that they just get to see what you do. Okay.
So the first video I'm going to play. Can I say I'm going to play? Okay. The song.
No. Right now, you are owning this show. Like you are the host of this show.
Okay.
So on it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to watch an amazing video. It's a song I wrote called Due Date. It talks about the power of waiting for the time God has said things to happen in your life. Whatever needs to happen in your life will happen when He set for it to happen. So it's a song called Due Date. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, I hope you are sharing it also. Yeah, Due Date.
Okay.
Ntawika kwana Yesu wazapanga njila palibe njila Tawika fika Fintu vonsa visa nkala much clearer. That's a part of a due date, yeah. Every little thing will fall in place. Part of a due date, yeah. Every little thing will fall in place. Tawika kwana Yesu wazapanga njila palibe njila tawa ikafika vintu vonse vizankala much clearer. That's a part but you data. Every little thing will fall in place, but you data. Every little thing will fall in place. Nothing looks so clear from a distance, but the little I see looks so beautiful. See, I've been stuck here too long, and I'm losing my faith. Cause where I am feels like permanent ground. Yeah, and I know that you see that everything's working for my good, but right now I don't see how everything's working in my favor. And Zanga Fendera in a nearly chabe famosi. But I know if you said it, one day it'll come together. Yesu wazapanga njila pali benchila. Tawa ikafika vintu vonse vizankala much clearer. That's a part but you data. Every little thing will fall in place, but you data. Every little thing will fall in place. Tawa ikakwana Yesu wazapanga njila pali benchila. Tawa ikafika vintu vonse vizankala much clearer. That's a part but you data. Every little thing will fall in place, but you data. Every little thing will fall in place. Help me trust my process. Help me always remember that no season in my life will last forever. Help me trust the plans you have to give me a hope and a future. Please rid me of every doubt. Sometimes I see where I am and I don't see where you're taking me, Lord. When doubt fills my mind, Lord, please hold my hand,
You are still watching it, you know what it is. It is the Weekly Gospel with me, your host, Amazing Katamanda, or you can call me The Amazing. I'm always here on TV screens every Saturdays at 10:45, and I get to bring you different kinds of personalities. So if there's anybody who would like to see on the show, make sure that you inbox us on our Facebook page. Let us know which artist you'd want to see or which poet you'd want to see, as long as they do gospel, because for us, the gospel is the only important thing to us. So if you are a secular artist and you want to be featured on the show, it's not possible. But if you're a gospel artist, it's good news for you. You can get in touch with us. You see the numbers that are on TV screens. If you're within Lusaka, you can come through to our studios, and then you will meet the beautiful Mrs. Mshota, and she'll be able to give you advice on what to do. Okay. Beautiful song, I must mention. Quite unique, because we're used most of the time is to a certain genre of music or some type of way that everybody should sing, especially for gospel artists. But yours is quite unique. So tell us, what was the experience, or how was the experience just bringing that video together, doing the song, just the full details.
Oh, okay. So the song, like I said, is called Due Date. Due date is, I think the term due date to be familiar for a lot of students. People will be like in, you know, colleges, universities and stuff. So like I said, I write music from my own personal experiences. So this this song came to me when I was given an assignment in school, when I was at the University of Zambia. So we were given an assignment as a class, and this assignment really messed us up because we couldn't find data for this assignment. So everyone was saying, I don't think we're going to manage to write this assignment and stuff. So we're complaining, and we had like a month to prepare for this assignment. And then I remember, so you like when you're a student, you want to talk to your friend when it's something is hard for with you. You want to find out that it's hard for another person, so that you feel comfortable. Like I think we're just going to lecture at that. So this is difficult.
It was difficult.
You know, so like 2 weeks down the line, people are quiet. People are no longer complaining. They are just accepting that this assignment must be done. We don't know where it's going, but it must be done.
It must be done.
I remember the assignment that I said I was not going to be able to write, like a night before. Somehow all the details I needed to find, I found.
You found it on that day?
In that night.
Before the due date?
I didn't sleep. We were working like the whole night. And they were supposed to hand in this assignment at 8 the following day. And so the time when we went to hand in the assignment, we were all tired. Like, everyone looked like they didn't sleep. So when he handed in the assignment, coming back from the lecturer's office, it started ringing in my head. Like, do you see how everything came into place?
Yeah.
When it was time for you to hand in this assignment, there are certain things you're anxious about, you're worried about in your life, that this needs to be in place and stuff like that. You need to understand when the time is right, all these things are just going to fall where they need to be, as long as you're moving. So I was walking into school, and I remember the sound just came, that's the power of a due date, every little thing will fall in place. I was going to my room. By the time I was reaching the room, I had written first verse, just walking. And so I made that idea, and I called my friend. Mixtizo produced this song. So when someone took me to Mixtizo's studio, said, do you have a song? That was the first song that came to my head. So when we recorded that, when I did the song, a friend of mine called Vincent, who does videos, I went to his place, we were chatting, and he said, you know, I love this song. Let's shoot something. This video is just about you expressing yourself. So it was just in one room, but we just captured different angles. So, yeah. That was
powerful. That was creative. And the power, there's power in the music. There's like really power, and there's something beautiful about music. I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that song, and somehow I hope that your faith has been built, or you have been encouraged this morning. I don't know what you're going through, but definitely God will make a way for you. The only thing you have to do, like I always say, and I'll keep saying this, when you seek Him, because you know the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So it's about you seeking. When you're just seated and you're saying the Lord will make a way, He's not going to make a way. Seek Him and His righteousness, and you will see all these things falling into place. So let us do that this morning. If you want to be part and parcel of the show, make sure that you call the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can text us, or you can go on our Facebook page, leave your comments there. We'll be more than glad to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching us from, and of course, if you just want to pass a shout out to a friend, you just have a word of encouragement for somebody, or you want to say congratulations to somebody, feel free. We're not limiting you to anything. Feel free. The numbers are on your TV screens. I don't know, for some reason, I feel, you know, you haven't really like preached, but there are just certain statements that you've made that are making me feel like you're a pastor somehow.
Excuse you.
But anyway, we're not going to say pastor, we'll just leave it at that.
You can call me a minister.
Minister music.
Yeah.
Okay. So the journey in music, other people complain to say it's very difficult to get an established artist to work with you. For you, what experience do you have with established artists, or not just them, but just the entire, you know, industry in general?
Well, it is difficult to get an established artist on your song. But I say this not from a negative point of view, like to say, filmmakers.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, I think I'm calling you from Belfast.
Oh, okay, awesome. Walusaka representing. Please go ahead with your comments or contributions.
Okay, my contribution, or the thing that I want to say is about like we need people for a different purpose and good reasons. Yeah, so there are certain people that God allows to come into our life for them to learn something or for us to learn something from them. So it is the best give us the power or the audacity to judge someone from his weakness concerning the things that they have passed through or concerning the information that they are being taught by someone. But we just need to sit down and then try to find out, try to ask God himself the reason why God has allowed that person to come into our life. So there are certain people, they can have a bad character somewhere there, but once they come into your life, they are seeing the life that you are living, you are able to change them. But nowadays, as Christians, we are adding that thing that we call akapatula. We see ourselves only than those people that who are outside there. But we forget that the time we are inside, we are in the world, there are certain people that were trying to us, meditating to us so that we can know God as well. So the investment that is giving out there is like that, we should not destroy or not give space for someone who is out there, but let us bring them closer so that they can learn something, they can see the goodness of God. Amen.
Okay, thank you so very much for that word of encouragement. We appreciate you calling, sir. Okay, so that was a word of encouragement to all of us. I hope that the encouragement was loud and clear, or the advice. Some of you don't like to call it advice. Encouragement, or whichever way. I hope it was loud and clear. So before we had him, you were explaining something about the industry in general, like your experience.
So I was saying it's difficult to get an established artist on a song, and I was saying this not from a place of they just don't help the upcoming artists, especially in the gospel artists. I acknowledge that what I've noticed that they're really busy, you know. They're really busy, and sometimes what I feel like we upcoming artists have is a sense of entitlement. We feel very entitled, like I need this person just to come on my song. And then when they don't, you just go out there and, you know, speak ill about their names and stuff. It's every artist wants a big name on their song.
Yes.
But it's difficult, and it takes patience, and it takes persistence. You need to be working. They need to see you consistently working on something. It's building your brand for them to say, I can actually relate with this person. I can work with this person. But what has also been difficult in the industry is basically just getting airplay. You know, getting your music out there. You just discover that you need a lot of money for music distribution and stuff. So resources have been one of the major challenges that I have faced. And God has blessed me enough to have two producers who are like my older brothers who have just said, you know what, we see what you're doing. I'm going to work on your music. Free, that's Super Rhymer. He's also an artist, gospel artist. And a friend of mine called Freddie, FCM's music. So I've been blessed enough to have people that have just said, I want to work with you on your music. So yeah, but those are some of the challenges that I feel like people are facing out there.
You have mentioned something. These people have said they have seen what you're doing and they want to work with you. Don't you think as upcoming artists sometimes it's not that people don't want to work with you, but the type of work or the kind of work that you do somehow is, you know, discouraging. You're an upcoming artist, you want to work with an upcoming producer, you want to work with an upcoming videographer, editor, and the likes, and when your work is out there, it's like, what were they thinking? Like, how can we even put this? So sometimes it's very difficult for people to support, you know, shared work. We all want excellence, especially if we're doing things for God, it has to be excellence. So can you say, before anyone can get started in music, they have to, because the reason why I'm saying this, we have a lot of young people who have this mentality of saying, I don't need to work, I don't need to go to school, I just need to get writing, I just need to produce music. Do you think that people should first make money before they can get into the music industry? What is your thought compared like with regards to working with established artists? Because they'll look at your work first. Your work must speak for you, and sometimes you don't even have to go to them. When they just see your work, they'll contact you. They'll say, you know what, he's doing good, like he's really doing the most, let's get him to work with us.
I believe start where you are. Start where you are, but then be excellent about what you're doing. Okay, you don't have to have like a lot of money to be excellent.
Okay.
Make sure that how you present yourself, how you're writing, take time to develop your writing skills. When you make a song, people must see that there was effort in there. You know, I would say make money before you come in the industry. Yes, that can work, but also use what you have at your disposal.
Okay.
You know, you have Facebook. If you have a good phone, basically buy a good phone. Make videos of you singing. There are people that are blown up just by doing that.
Yeah.
You know, start where you are, but be excellent about your intentions about what you want to do. I feel like, yeah.
And what you're saying is actually true, because the Grace, his name is Grace. The guy, is it from Tanzania or Congo? The one who did what's that song? But Minister Moses Bliss. You know, he just saw a video of him and he said, I want to work with this guy. And you know, he provided everything for him to just fly to Nigeria, and then now he's helping him. So what you're saying is actually true. Use what you have. You don't necessarily need to have a lot of money. But again, don't stop school or work. You just quit and say, no, I want to focus on
the time I was releasing Due Date, I was in school, I was working, I was full-time student, an employee, working in ShopRite. And I was also doing a competition in South Africa. So I was doing all these things. But I still stuck with the music. So don't quit school. Stay in school.
Don't quit your job. Say, no, I want to
don't quit your job. Look for the money, because the music industry needs it. Whether you're a gospel artist,
secular
I am happy that now people get it. People thought gospel artists shouldn't have the desire to make money, or maybe they shouldn't charge for anything. But then when you go to the studio, you charge the same amount. You know, so you need the money, you need yourself, you need the money to market yourself, you need money to make music. So
especially when it comes to like branding, because when you're branding yourself, when you're doing videos, you have to make sure that your outfits are on point.
True. Yeah.
You see? So I definitely agree with you.
Sadly, that's money. There's no way.
No, but I think people are slowly getting to a place where they're starting to understand, like, you know, the fact that someone is a gospel artist does not mean that they should be doing things for free. Yes, the gospel is free, but we need to invest.
Yes.
Because you getting into the studio, you don't just go there and say, no, because I'm a gospel artist, then I'll sing. You have to pay.
True.
When the whole track is done, if you are doing videos, you need money.
Pay. Same amount.
You see? So money is really needed. But I'm glad that we're starting to understand the importance of, you know, separating ministry and the business side of it.
Yes.
It's good. Do you think maybe we need schools that will educate people on what we're actually talking about? Because some people just feel, we definitely they want you to come and sing at their weddings or their events. At no because in work church, you just end up with God bless you, God bless you. Like, do you think maybe we need a school that will teach people? And then also on the part of you, the ministers or the artists, do you think it's also important for you to be given information on how to manage like finances, just knowing how to balance? Because there are some people, they'll blow for quite some time. They'll be given money and everything, and after maybe 2 years or 3, So do you think we need a school that will be teaching people these things? Or maybe people should just school themselves, because, you know, there's Uncle Google, there's social media where you can just download this information. What is your thought?
I feel like yes, the schools would be like the long-term plan, like the goal. But what we need mostly, especially in the gospel art and gospel industry, surprisingly, secular artists are doing it. They've picked on this fast and they're moving with it. What we need is mentorship. I feel like especially gospel artists, there must be just this sense of responsibility that if God has brought me to a certain level and this is the work of God I'm doing, I must look for someone who I'm seeing God is pick them up and provide mentorship to them. We need schools, but what we can do now as a startup is provide mentorship. Like if you've made it out there, find someone who you see is serious and has got a gift on them that you know, just provide mentorship and just teach people what you know. Yeah.
Okay. Is it something that you're planning to do yourself?
I am. I actually, the little I know and the little I have, I share with youngsters that come to me and say, like, I want to do this. I actually do vocal coaching. So I also coach people, provide vocal coaching lessons to people, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Very, very good thing that you're doing right there. Obviously, there are people that you've just been hoping or wishing or praying that God should connect you to, people that you would want to work with in ministry. Is it possible for you to share with us some of the ministers that you would like to work with, either on the international level or just locally?
In Zambia, all the big names.
All the big names.
In Zambia, I obviously love. I've had the honor of meeting Pompey. I competed in the Toyota Sing competition, and Pompey was one of the judges there. The Toyota Sing competition, I came out second. I have worked with Ebo Chungu. I've backed Ebo Chungu before. So I've met Pompey. I've worked with Ebo Chungu on like when he's performing. But I would like to have Ebo Chungu, Pompey, Esther Chungu on a song. Okay. Yeah. International, I would like to work with Mali Music and Jonathan McGrath. The people that you don't know.
Do you have to put it in my face? Okay, awesome. If anyone was to tell you to like maybe change anything about how things are done in the gospel industry or in the gospel space, what are some of the things that you would put in place, and what would you change?
Some of the things I'd put in place, like I said, a platform that provides mentorship to youngsters. Some of the things I would change. I don't know if I'll... Maybe how music distribution is done for the music gospel industry. Okay. The distribution, how the coverage that we get, I feel like we could do more in that area also. Yeah, I think just those two things.
Okay. Yeah. Talking about the distribution of music, a lot of people are using social media today. Yeah. Can you say social media has somehow played like a huge role in the distribution of your music, or maybe it's working to your disadvantage? Like,
social media is played a huge role. It depends on how you use it. Social media is doing, it's helping a lot, because if you look at TikTok's algorithm is different from how Facebook works. You can have a video, and if it's great content, in a short period of time, a lot of people can see your work. So I feel, depending on how you're using it, social media is really helping a lot. It's one of the biggest tools that we can use as artists to get our music out there. Yeah.
Okay. No, awesome and very beautiful. I don't know if we still have time, or maybe we have to say our goodbyes, but before I just let you go, I would just want to know, like, things that you have planned for the future, things that we should expect from you in the next maybe 2 to 3 years from now.
Okay. So the goal this year is to release as many singles as I can. Working towards maybe the end of this year, working towards an EP, which I've already started working on. Hopefully by maybe early next year, maybe have an album.
Okay. Oh, so you don't have an album yet?
No. Oh, okay. But that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, but people should just follow me if you want to see what else I'm doing. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And I'm gonna do that. Can I steal the chat?
No, we're still chatting.
Okay.
We're still chatting.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, EP, singles, and maybe hopefully early next year do an album.
Okay. There are so many questions that are coming to my head, so I don't really know like which one to ask. But anyway, let me just ask the important ones. You have mentioned your parents playing a huge role in your life, meaning you take counsel from them. Yeah. There are people who feel when they have reached a certain stage in their career or their life, they feel they no longer need their parents, or they no longer need counsel from any elderly person or just any other person. They feel like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. From the way you're sounding, it's like you do have time where you ask for advice from your parents and everything. When you've done something wrong, they're there to guide you and everything. Yeah. Why is it so important for us to like sit under the counsel of people, or just have people that mentor us?
It's important to stay grounded, and you can only stay grounded when you're rooted from where you're coming from, the people that really know who you are. It's easy to let all the praises that you get out there get to your head, and then you lose focus on what is really important. So for me, when my mother would see videos of me, and my father would see videos of me, or blowing out on social medias, people uploading and stuff like that. My mother once told me, when you come home after a show, or when you see me after a show, when people are uploading, don't get offended if I'm not uploading with them. I'm going to be picking out on things that I feel you need to be watching out for. When I came back from South Africa after a competition, when I came back, I found a lot of people that were like welcoming me and stuff. My mother was at a distance, so she came after everyone was welcoming me, and she had me, and then when we were going home, she was really quiet. And she said, I'm really worried that all these praises that you're getting from people get to your head. And started reminding me of the basics. Seek God first, remember to stay grounded, remember who you are, remember where you're coming from. I feel like you need that. Everyone needs that. It's foolishness to reach a point where you feel like I don't need to get counsel from the people that have brought me up. So yeah.
Okay. Wow, wow. So that's the advice that you live by.
Yeah. Stay grounded. Yeah.
Be rooted.
Be rooted in who you are.
Don't let the praise.
Don't let the praises get to your head. That's the quickest way to go downhill. So yeah.
And you know, it's reminding me of what the Bible says. You know, like God loves people who are humble, and He lifts them up, and those that are proud, He resists them. So we really need to be humble. It's a good thing. So, has anything changed about you from the time that you started music, from the time that people started recognizing you? Like, oh, he's the guy that did that song. Oh, that's the man that did that song. Oh, that's him, that's him. Has anything changed about you?
Yes, a lot has changed. When I was starting out, I wasn't really sure about myself. I wasn't really confident. I had insecurity issues. You know, people would say, you have a great voice, you're doing great music, but then when I come back, I was like, I don't feel like I'm good enough. But this has happened recently. I reached a point where I feel like, maybe there is something about me that I should really, be confident about. So there's a level of confidence that I've developed, and also that has really, like I'm now confident in my craft and what I want to do with my music.
Okay. Dealing with insecurities. I guess everybody has just been there where you just feel like you're not good enough. But we thank God that you know God, and every day you know who you are in Christ, and that keeps us going all the time. Unfortunately, time is not really on our side. We have to say our goodbyes. But before we go, what word of advice do you have for young people that want to start music, or maybe just I don't know whether you can say it's a request to the established artists with regards to working with upcoming artists? And of course, we can't forget the woman that is behind this man right here, who is your mom, and your dad also happening here. I saw what you did right there. I saw what you did right there. So yes, we can't forget about her. What is it that you can tell her right now? And of course, Dad, he's also supporting you. So well, that is the camera.
I don't want to say Dad is also supporting me. My father is 100% behind me. With my mother, I want to say, first of all, my parents, thank you very much for training me, for the counsel that you always giving me, for the encouragement that you've been giving me. To the upcoming artists out there, don't feel like you're entitled, like you're entitled to be helped, okay? And I'm just saying this like on a real, work, be confident in what you have, start where you are, work, seek God first, and all these things shall be added unto you. So start where you are, keep working, keep believing, don't get depressed. The fact that this thing keeps on coming to you every day in your head is proof enough that this was meant to be your journey. So stick with it, be excellent in what God has given you. And keep working.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's been awesome just having you. We've learned quite a number of things from you. Personally, I have learned a few things. I mean, you can't learn there are so many things that you have said.
So
I've picked some things. Yes. Yeah. So thank you for coming here. I'll allow you to introduce the other video, but before we do that, I would just like to say thank you to the viewers, those that called in, those that did not manage. We apologize. Please call us again next week, same time, same place. This has been amazing, Katamanda. And again, I wish Mrs. Mshota a happy Women's Day. Specifically, just her. And every other woman out there, we're celebrating our mothers, we're celebrating our sisters, our aunties. As long as you're a woman, we celebrate you and we appreciate what you do for us and the nation at large. And yeah, not forgetting our mom, Pastor Victoria Chiluba. Thank you so very much for providing counsel, for providing this platform for us. We appreciate you. And not forgetting Dad as well. Thank you, Dad, for supporting Mom. Okay, so yeah, this is I hate saying byes, like I hate byes, but I have to say my goodbyes. So yeah, on behalf of the entire production crew, Mrs. Mshota upstairs and Amos, thank you so very much for joining us. Be sure to catch us again next week, same time, same place. For now, it's keep it locked to Camnet TV. You know, we're not just another channel, even as we leave you with a song titled.
The title of the song is called Searching for Love. It talks about the pursuit and the search for love. But I'll be failing also if I don't say, follow me on all social media platforms. My name is DJ Music on Facebook.
I forgot.
That's Music with a Z. That's DJ Music on Facebook, DJ Music on Instagram. Yeah, follow me and let's walk this journey together. So this song is called Searching for Love. Simply talks about searching for love, but first finding it in God before you look for it in another man. So yeah, enjoy.
Take you to say that the love that you always been looking for is not found in man. How long it's gonna take you to say that the love that you always been fighting for is only found in God? Cause you've been giving yourself to everyone and you feel love ain't real. You've been hurt. There's a God who loves you at your best and your worst, and it's real. You should know, cause you've been searching for love, searching for love in the wrong places, in the wrong places. Yeah, searching for love, searching for love in the wrong places, in the wrong places. Unless you know who God is, you won't know what love is. You gotta get it right with Him, then you know what true love is. Unless you know who God is, you won't know what love is. You gotta get it right with Him, then you know what true love is. Yeah, 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 yeah. How long loves you better? You don't need to be broken for you to know that you need God. Yeah. And that void that you feel deep in your heart, only God can feel. Yeah. You've been demanding for perfect love from an imperfect thing, and that's just not fair. Cause there's a God who wants to love you, yeah, in a perfect way. Once you give Him a chance, cause you've been searching for love, searching for love in the wrong places, in the wrong places. Yeah, yeah, searching for love, You won't know what love is. You gotta get it right within. Then you know what true love is. Unless you know who God is, you won't know what love is. You gotta get it right within. Then you know what true love is. Yeah, 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 yeah. How long? Yeah, yeah, how long? Yeah, how long? Yeah, yeah.